Governor and I sponsored this ad.
Tonight, several developing stories as we come on the air. Major new questions about Puerto Rico and your money. The small Montana company that landed the $300 million contract with just 2 employees at the time. Tonight, we asked the White House, can you definitively say the company did not land the contract because of connections or donations to the Trump campaign? Also tonight, the snowstorm hitting right now, turning deadly, and the other system moving up the East Coast, a possible nor'easter. Our team on the ground tonight in Niger, new reporting about what happened to those American Special Ops soldiers. Inside the JFK files tonight, and the memo from J. Edgar Hoover saying at the time that the U.S. must believe Oswald acted alone. The interview, the women lost at sea for 5 months, surrounded at times by sharks. The 10-year-old who led police in a high-speed chase charged with a felony tonight. And the iPhone 10. Tonight, how to save hundreds on that hefty price.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a very busy Friday night. And we begin with new questions about your money tonight. The $300 million contract given to a small company in Montana to get the power back on in Puerto Rico. That company had just 2 full-time employees when it landed the deal. Whitefish Energy now deploying crews across the island, but 2 audits of that contract are now underway, and members of Congress tonight are asking for an investigation. How did they really land that deal? ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl leading us off.
The White House today firmly denied the federal government had anything to do with the controversial $300 million contract to restore Puerto Rico's electricity grid, a contract that went to a Montana company with just 2 employees, but clear political ties to the Trump administration.
Can you say definitively that the fact that the primary, one of the primary investors in this company was a major donor to the Trump campaign had nothing to do with the fact this contract was awarded?
Right. The federal government, as I said, has nothing to do with this contract or the process. This was something solely determined by the Puerto Rican government.
The company, Whitefish Energy, is just 2 years old. Before this, its largest federal contract was just over $1 million, about 1/300th the size of the Puerto Rico deal.
And we're here ready to light up Puerto Rico.
Questions were first raised about the connections between Whitefish and Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke, who is also from Whitefish, Montana, population 7,200, and knows one of the company's owners. Zinke today denied he had any knowledge whatsoever of the contract. But Whitefish also has ties to Energy Secretary Rick Perry.
We'll continue to support the work to restore power in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico.
The company's main financial backer, Dallas-based HBC Investments, was founded by Joe Colonnetta. Colonnetta and his wife donated more than $75,000 to support Perry's campaigns between 2008 and 2012. Colonnetta and his wife also donated nearly $90,000 to support the Trump campaign and the RNC in 2016. The spokesperson for Whitefish and HBC Investments says political connections had no influence whatsoever on awarding the contract.
The contract speaks for itself as the ability to get the work done.
But the governor of Puerto Rico is not so sure. He has asked for a full review.
If there is wrongdoing, in this process or in any process, there will be hell to pay.
So let's get to John Karl with us live from the White House tonight. And John, you've just received a response from Energy Secretary Rick Perry tonight.
David, the response comes from Perry's spokesperson at the Department of Energy, who says the department, quote, was not involved in the selection of Whitefish for this contract. But the questions on this are piling up. In fact, I count at least 8 different congressional committees now asking questions about this contract. David?
John Karl leading us off on a Friday night. John, thank you. To the weather this evening, and 2 major systems we're watching right now. A powerful nor'easter aiming for the East Coast this weekend. The other storm turning deadly, bringing snow across the Midwest at this hour, 8 inches in parts of Minnesota. And a deadly accident in Duluth, a truck driver losing control. Let's get right to meteorologist Rob Marciano tracking it all for us. Hey, Rob.
Hey, David, we're not done with that snowstorm yet, so let's get right to that and show you where it's coming down. Still so in Minnesota and parts of Wisconsin, the UP of Michigan as well. Dicey travel there. The southern storm, the tropical low there in the western Caribbean, the Hurricane Center now putting out advisories with forecasting this to become a tropical storm just south of Florida tomorrow night. Wind and rain there, and then gets scooped up by the northern system for a nor'easter. It will strengthen. We'll look for the wind and rain increase during the day on Sunday. And then on Monday, we'll look for big winds. Look at the rain there, over a half a foot of rain. 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts potentially from Philly to New York to Boston during the day on Monday. That could bring down some power lines. A strong storm coming. David?
Rob Marciano with us. We'll be watching you this weekend, Rob. Thank you. And next tonight, Inside the JFK Files, finally released, and there are still many to come. But in the documents already, new intrigue and new questions tonight. Among them, an unconfirmed tip to a British newspaper minutes before the shooting. And after Lee Harvey Oswald was killed, the memo from the FBI director, J. Edgar Hoover, and his concern, writing that the U.S. must believe Oswald acted alone. ABC's chief national correspondent Tom Llamas was at the archives when the files were released.
Tonight, President Trump getting caught up in his own JFK conspiracy after deciding not to release all the documents tied to the assassination. Senator Chuck Grassley, a Republican, calling it ridiculous, tweeting, "CIA wants further cover-up. POTUS stop." The president's decision coming after an appeal from the CIA and the FTC. Certain files could put the lives of some of our spies in danger. Among the secret files, an unconfirmed tip that on the same day of the assassination, the Cambridge News, a paper in England, received a mysterious call instructing a reporter to call the American embassy in London for some big news. That alleged call came 25 minutes before Kennedy was shot. 2 days later, assassin Lee Harvey Oswald killed on live television.
There is Lee Oswald. He's been shot.
In an FBI memo, Director J. Edgar Hoover outraged, calling that shooting inexcusable, fearing it will feed conspiracy theories, and saying he wants something issued so that we can convince the public that Oswald is the real assassin. And other documents show investigators ruling out potential collaborators. A House committee draft memo dismisses Cuban dictator Fidel Castro. Worth it. But the documents do show how the CIA was trying to kill Castro, with methods crazier than anything in a James Bond film. From using a ballpoint pen with a poison needle, to gifting Castro, an avid diver, a tuberculosis-contaminated wetsuit, and even wanting to place what they call a booby-trap spectacular seashell set to blow apart when it was lifted from the ocean floor.
Just incredible, and it turns out that seashell plan was abandoned because they couldn't find a shell big enough. We kid you not tonight. Tom Llamas back with us live this evening. And Tom, along with the files, the questions tonight for the Trump administration about why the president promised repeatedly in tweets all of the documents would be released. You know, they had 25 years to plan for the due date in Washington. It's not just the Trump administration, but they're the ones who tweeted out saying it's all coming. Why the delay?
Well, the White House is citing national security concerns. They did release 2,800 documents overnight, and we know that at least 18,000 records from the CIA are still being guarded. Some of those documents will be released over the next 6 months, and President Trump tweeting just this morning, it's his hope to get about almost everything out to the public. David?
Still more to come. Tom Llamas, our thanks to you again tonight. Next this evening, our team on the ground in Niger this evening with new reporting on what happened to American Special Ops soldiers. The vehicle 3 of the 4 were in losing contact. And tonight, is there a military offensive now in the works? ABC senior foreign correspondent Ian Pannell from Niger tonight.
Tonight, new details emerging about the timeline that saw 4 American soldiers ruthlessly gunned down here in Niger. Late today, a senior intelligence official tells us a convoy of 3 trucks were fleeing the ambush. 2 made it out of the kill zone. The 3rd was cut off from the other vehicles, unable to communicate with the group. Staff Sergeants Black, Johnson and Wright in this vehicle. Soldiers then turned back to rescue them. Sergeant LaDavid Johnson laying down gunfire in the desperate rescue. An official said killing the 3 soldiers. French jets arrived, flying low, scattering the attackers and preventing more fatalities. Survivors then evacuating on helicopters. Back at the White House, President Trump, speaking about the mission for the first time this week, asked if he authorized it.
So what? No, I didn't. Not specifically. I gave them authority to do what's right so that we win.
But tonight, many questions remain, including how and why was Sergeant LaDavid Johnson left behind, his body recovered 2 days later.
And Ian Panel joins us now from Niger. And Ian, you're hearing from your sources tonight on the ground there that a major military offensive could be in the works to now hunt down those responsible for the attacks?
Yeah, that's right, David. What we're hearing from the general who will lead this operation, combining the militaries of 5 separate countries in this region, is that they're going to try and find those responsible for killing the American servicemen and also those responsible for other terrorist attacks in this neighborhood. We're also hearing that perhaps they've got some leads on who was responsible for ordering that attack. David?
Panel with us, Ian. California Congresswoman Jackie Speier now saying there should be a hashtag #MeTooCongress added to the list, speaking out about sexual harassment on Capitol Hill, describing her personal experience with sexual assault as a young staffer, and urging other women on the Hill to share their own stories.
I know what it's like years later to remember that rush of humiliation and anger. You know what? Many of us in Congress know what it's like, because Congress has been a breeding ground for a hostile work environment for far too long.
The Congresswoman says the protocols in Congress when it comes to sexual harassment are, quote, a joke, and she's introducing legislation because right now sexual harassment training is not mandatory, and Congress has its own law dictating how to handle complaints. We move on tonight, and we are watching a scene unfolding in Spain at this hour and the breakaway region of Catalonia. The Catalan Regional Parliament voting to create an independent state, thousands taking to the streets of Barcelona to celebrate. Spanish lawmakers in Madrid in central government extraordinary powers tonight to stop the secession. Late today, the Prime Minister firing the Catalan government and ordered new elections for this December. We'll be watching this weekend. Next this evening, to an unfolding crisis we continue to report on and the race tonight to get help to even the youngest of victims. It comes amid a new report just today from UN investigators about a people considered one of the most persecuted minorities on earth, the Rohingya, escaping their homes in Myanmar. As many as 600,000 Rohingya have now fled the horror. And ABC's Bob Woodruff on what he's just discovered on the Myanmar border.
And desperation here. We witness the dire need unfolding before our eyes. This man keeping the crowds at bay with a stick. Aid groups here on the border are racing in with food.
Without this assistance, people would really be in a difficult situation.
8,000 people lining up just today at the Save the Children Food Distribution Center, sitting, waiting in these long, crowded lines, given pink slips of paper, letting workers know how much rice, oil, salt to give to each family.
He's come here with a family of 6.
He has 4 children, he tells us. He's been here for a month. We've seen firsthand this exploding crisis for 3 years now. And now the Rohingya are running for their lives after Myanmar government forces unleashed a new wave of attacks. Reports of villages surrounded, homes burned to the ground, torture, executions, and rape. Over 600,000 Rohingya have poured into Bangladesh since just August 25th, joining the estimated 300,000 who were already here. Today there are nearly 1 million Rohingya living in these camps. Of those new arrivals, 360 of them are children. The solemn faces tell their story, carrying supplies bigger than they are. Their new home and new hope. There are bright spots. After 2 harrowing months apart, this mother was reunited with her 2 daughters who got lost as they fled Myanmar. I asked her what it felt like when she finally found her kids. Oh, I just couldn't stop hugging them, she said.
And Bob Woodruff is on the ground from Bangladesh, not far from the Myanmar border. And Bob, I know UN human rights investigators have just finished their first mission to Bangladesh, reporting just today that so many of the refugees have been describing the same thing, a, quote, consistent, methodical pattern of killings, torture, rape, and arson all taking place.
That's right, David. You know, those findings revealed today by a team of independent experts who spent 6 days interviewing some of the 600,000 Rohingya who have fled. And investigators said today they're deeply disturbed. And we've been hearing these kinds of stories for a long time. David?
Bob Woodruff on this story again tonight for us. Bob, thank you. And we should note that if you'd like to help these families, Save the Children is among the groups on the ground there. They say $15 can actually help provide a family with a kitchen kit, helping parents to once again feed their children. We have much more on the World News Tonight Facebook page. In the meantime, there is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Friday. The high-speed chase on an American highway, you'll see it. The 10-year-old driver speeding the wrong way against traffic, speeds up to 100 miles per hour. The 10-year-old now charged with a felony tonight. Also this evening, your money, the iPhone.